Snow. Ceaseless, all-consuming snow. It had been 3 days, and the storm refused to subside. The orc, atop his black wolf, was still. Patrolling outside the Frostwall garrison, he had come to a stop just outside of the shivering trench. His gaze was fixed on the lit braziers up on the towers of the garrison. They reflected the thoughts that were burning inside of him. Countless thoughts and countless emotions, all churning in the depths of his mind, creating a chaos of confusion. The yearning to be in the embrace of his wife, who had only seen her husband battling against dangerous foes in dangerous lands ever since the Lich King woke from his woeful slumber. The longing to feel joy as his young son grows the bond of a lifetime with his wolf pup. To teach him in the proud ways of the horde and the hunter. He shifted in his saddle. He had lingered too long. He started again on his patrol route. His frostwolf, more his friend than a pet, followed silently and let him be to his thoughts. After a while, he reached a huge slab of rock jutting out of the ground and snow, a little way away to the left of Frostwall approach. He slowly climbed it. The outcrop overlooked the vast frozen expanse of the cracking plains and beyond. The orc heaved a deep sigh and tried to clear his mind of thoughts. But the cold solitude of Frostfire made all look within. He couldn't shake off the pain. Should he leave active duty? Had he given enough? Sacrificed enough? Was it now time to answer the call of duty to his family? He turned his face around to look back at the garrison in the distance. Limping around on top of one of the towers around the gate, he could see Rohard. The old orc had served the horde far longer than him. He thought of what Rohard had lost. How much had he sacrificed? His leg to the Nerubians in the campaign in Northrend. Both his sons butchered by the Twilight's hammer. And yet he was here still. Why? He looked around, and his eyes found Gorak, an orc born and bred in Razor Hill. He had known battle since he was 12, fending off repeated raids from the Kultiras and later on the Northwatch. That is, when the sea elementals didn't stray too far inland. Even at his young age, he had scars that matched Rohad's. And yet, he was playing with his wolf in the snow like a carefree child. Ever eager to take up arms, reckless even on occasion. Why? Why do they fight? What drove them to sacrifice so much? He already knew, though. He knew why. For it was the same reason he stood here. For honor. The honor of fighting and even laying down your life for your loved ones, so that they may know peace, so that the young ones may grow strong and go on to have glorious battles of their own. The honor of holding your head high and being free. His people, his ancestors had paid a heavy price for achieving that. How? How could he forsake their beliefs? How could he abandon those that fight around him? Those that depend on him? They were his family too. Brothers bonded in the forge of blood. Blood shed together of their enemies and blood lost of their own. After all, who knows what dangers lurk in the mists of the future? He knew what had to be done. Lok'tar! He turned his mount around and continued with his patrol.